This has been a totally wonderful journey because this time around, I have a whole new testimony. So I'm going to share that. So at the beginning of this year, I was on a medication treatment program for a female condition that I have, and I had a bad interaction with another supplement that I took with it. My brain ended up shifting. Literally, I could feel it shifting into a really dark place, and I remember the moment it happened. And I waited for a while, and I thought, okay, well, maybe my brain will get back to normal after some time. But this time, it didn't. It didn't get back to normal. It seemed to have been going through. It seemed to be in this cycle of continuous trauma, I would say. And I didn't know what I was going to do. And I was very, very concerned. And months went by, and I still seemed to be in this very dark state of mind. Although I noticed some changes in my first few sessions, it wasn't very dramatic. I still was questioning. I still had that fear. I was wondering, oh my gosh, is this even going to work? I noticed a shift in my attitude that was so different. That dark place started to get less and less. I started to feel happier. I started to really feel like more pronounced effects of the treatment when about the 5th or 6th week. So it's important to do your breathing exercises. It's important to give yourself time to heal and just let your brain heal itself. I'm more stable. I feel a dramatic change. Now that I'm looking back at it, I can see what a difference it's made. It's like night and day. I came in here with horrible fear, and I'm here about 8 weeks later feeling the joy of the Lord. There's probably people out there like me who are going through experiences that maybe you're not used to hearing about, things that like maybe your normal clients or your typical clients or clients that have had problems for many, many years of their lives. But what if there's people out there that have had a brain trauma recently, such as an interaction with medication where they're not themselves and they need help in bouncing back? Well, instead of going to the doctor and going on psych meds, which my doctor tried to put me on, but through the grace of God, I was able to come off of, and I realized my body didn't need that. My body needed a healing. My brain wanted to be happy again. My brain wanted to remember itself again. And so you might get a client, you might have people out there that are just going through trauma right now, and what they need is just a reset. And I believe my brain was completely reset, and through the grace of God, he brought me to the right place that was able to do it. And I remember Julie telling me when I stepped in here, and she encouraged me so much, because when I walked in here and I sat in that chair and we had our first meeting together, Julie told me, I remember, she said to me, hey, I explained to her, I said, my brain shifted. I want to let you know this isn't who I really am. My brain shifted. And I remember the day that it happened in February, about February 5th of this year, 2022. My brain shifted from that interaction with the medication into a bad place. And I literally happened overnight. And Julie said to me, maybe we can help shift you back with the technology that we have. Maybe the brain will be able to shift back. And she got working on me right away. I noticed a change. It started to happen almost on the first session, there was some difference there. But for it to be consistent and seeing the consistent change that I'm seeing now, I finished about 6 sessions total, 4 main sessions and then 2 extra. I bought some extra ones. And then Julie said, all right, now it's time to let your brain heal. It's time to step aside from the sessions now and see how your brain's shifting. I was so surprised. Exactly what she spoke to me started happening. My brain started shifting within week number 5, I would say. That was the biggest noticeable. And then 6, it got better. 7, it got better. 8's getting better. And all my friends and family members are seeing it. And they're like, oh my gosh, my dad comes back from India. I'm like, Dad, I'm normal. And he's like, you are? I'm like, yeah, I'm normal. Oh, and I said, I got off my psych med. I got off of sertraline. He's like, you did? I'm like, yeah, I got off of sertraline because my brain really didn't need that. We needed a healing from the inside out, and the Brain Life Center, which was totally God sent, was what worked for me. And so I just want to say to the team that you are probably going to come across people that with different experiences and different backgrounds. You might come across people that have gone through trauma like me. And I just want to encourage you, if you come across anybody, especially with what I'm going through, it's going to help a lot of people to understand that, listen, this technology can bring you back. It can reset your brain. Your brain will heal itself. And just to encourage those people that are feeling stuck right now, that are feeling like, oh my gosh, I don't want to be on psych meds and I don't know if this is going to work for me. But Brain Life is something so natural, so God ordained. I just thank the Lord Jesus for this beautiful technology. I mean, without God, how is it possible? So I just think that this is going to be a different experience. I think we're going to be able to, the company will be able to reach out. You guys can all reach out to people from different backgrounds with this now. A whole different ball game with this company. I believe it. And really just give yourself that time. Give yourself that time and know that if you don't see dramatic changes right away, give yourself weeks out. Look back at where you were before, and you're going to see that change. You're going to see how it's changing your brain, and even the way you're sleeping, the way you're thinking, it's going to start to shift, and you're going to start to see that more noticeably over time. And it was wonderful because Julie led me, and she told me and explained to me, your brain wants to heal itself. And this technology uses, sound and brainwave technology to heal your brain. So your brain is actually healing itself from the root cause. You don't need chemicals. You don't need medication. It's healing itself. So I remember going home that day, and I remember the Lord saying, now you got to trust me. You got to trust me in your healing journey. You did your part. I was led to the Brain Life Center, and now God's going to do his part and seeing me through this healing journey. The technology that is used at the Brain Life Center is God-sent. It's God-sent technology, and it is technology that will heal your brain. And you will be surprised at the results you'll get, because I was very, very surprised at, when you're going through the process, sometimes it doesn't feel like a quick process, but as you're getting through that process, you're looking back at yourself and you're thinking, oh my gosh, what a dramatic change it has been between this week and last week and the week before. Honestly, this is a whole new experience for me, and I just know that there's people out there that are probably in my position. They might have had brain trauma. They may have had even medication interactions. There's different experiences that people are having right now. I can tell you that the Brain Life Center, it works absolutely beautiful. The technology is so soothing to know that your brain is actually healing itself. We're bombarded in society by so many different things, work and stress, and our brains can go through all kinds of trauma in that in itself. So to know that we have this wonderful company and this wonderful God-sent company that is helping so many people, and I have read other testimonies of people with panic disorders, people with sleep disorders, anger management, all kinds of different backgrounds, and they have had great experiences with the Brain Life Center. And I can just absolutely excited about the Brain Life Center and what God is doing here. It's just amazing.